How many of you have so much clutter, whether it's digital or physical, that you can't make heads or tails of what you have and you're not sure how to declutter or move yourself forward? I have a friend who asked me what kind of keepsakes I have for my children. I have very little, and everybody that was in the conversation was shocked, and I couldn't understand why they were shocked. They all know I live minimally. They all know that I take less and less with me on each move. And so I think I started to feel guilty. Why are they feeling like this? Is there something wrong with me? I'm alone on this island, not keeping a lot of stuff. And then I just realized that some people need more and some people need less. But how do you know which camp you're in? Are you in the more camp or the less camp? I feel that less is more and more is just more. It doesn't add value or enhance my life in any way. And this became really relevant when I decided to declutter my cloud storage, my Google Drive, and my Dropbox. I was shocked at the amount of stuff that I had in the digital space that I would not have thought twice about discarding in my physical space. I asked myself 3 questions. Does this bring value to my life right now? Do I need this in the immediate or in the next couple months, not years down the road? And then what does this do to my energy level by having all this stuff around? And I wasn't asking the same thing for the digital space because in my Dropbox, I have terabytes of storage. So I never really thought about what was in what I was keeping in there. And it was kind of like out of sight, out of mind. So it was no big deal. But I was always thinking to myself, is this in Google Drive? Is this in Dropbox? And even though I have the file system in Apple where I can click on it and see what is what, it was always a big deal. And then I had a folder system this way in this one and a folder system in this one. It was a cluster every time I would look for a file that I didn't use regularly. So I thought I'm going to buckle down and I'm going to pull everything into one area and I'm going to go through it and I'm going to get rid of stuff. And I'm going to do another video on that process. It was really eye-opening how much digital clutter I kept, how many ideas I would have from the things I was collecting that I probably haven't opened. I mean, there's files in there from 2016 that I'm like, they're not even relevant. I don't know why I have them. I don't know what idea I'm going to get from this. So I think what we need to do is to start looking at how do we utilize the information that we're consuming? Because we all know that there is so much information on the internet now that it is totally overwhelming. You hear analysis paralysis, you see all these articles about productivity and taking action, and nobody thinks about, I'm hoarding the crap out of my digital stuff because it's there, because it's available. I'm really utilizing AI to go through a lot of stuff, so I don't have to put a lot of time and attention when I go through this. This is where I'm at now. Is it even relevant to me anymore? Because I don't want to take the time to look through it, and I think that's what part of the problem is. We have this stuff, and we don't want to take the time to look through it. Move one, I gave away, like, some of the kids' toys that I had for when people came over, and some of the party stuff I had from when I entertained for people who could use it. And then everything else got packed in a box and got moved to the next house. From the second house to the third house, I was like, okay, I'm just going to unpack everything I need and everything else is going to stay in the basement and I'll deal with it later. And then it was such a short time between house 3 and 4 that I was like, I'm just going to move it and just put it back in the basement. And at house 4, I was like, okay, I'm going to eventually go through these and I'm going to get rid of what isn't relevant. And then I'm only going to keep things that maybe I will use down the road. Well, between house 4 and 5, I was moving boxes that I hadn't unpacked since the first house, which was so crazy. By house 6, I was like, "I'm not even taking them with me. Like, this is stupid. I'm just moving these boxes." And I think that's what we do with a lot of free stuff, a lot of PDFs, a lot of, "Let me get this now because I might be able to use it later," or the nostalgia stuff. I've had over 17 years, 4 iterations of my brand. I had virtual assistant, technical virtual assistant, website designer, and then WordPress agency. So I had a lot of stuff, a lot of brand stuff that wasn't relevant. And I was keeping it because it told my story, but my story's all over the internet. So I didn't need to keep it in my hard drive. I have headshots from when I first started. Like, I don't even look like that anymore. I'm 17 years older. A lot has changed. Things have shifted. And so I was like, I don't even know why I'm keeping them. Like, I'm never going to put these out there again. First of all, they're out there, and I probably don't want them out there. But, it is what it is. So I think what we need to do is start to look at things through a different lens. A this or that. Do I need this? Do I not? But is this going to overwhelm me to the point where I don't even want to deal with it? And if that's the case, then we need to come up with alternatives to get rid of this stuff. Old books, donate them to a library. Old PDFs, get rid of them, delete them. I don't want to say give them out because if you bought them and you paid money for them, it's okay to give them to your team or somebody else, but you don't want to be taking money out of somebody else's pocket. So, just if they're not relevant, get rid of them. If it's free stuff, take what was useful and share that. Find a way to pare it down, streamline it, and make use of what you actually have. Let's stop hoarding things. I've come up with a whole system for my cloud storage so that I can only keep what's relevant and useful and needed. And I'll be happy to share that with you. But don't feel guilty. If somebody asks you what kind of mementos you have for something and you don't have any, just say, I don't have it. It's not important to me. Don't even give them an excuse. You don't need to give people excuses, right? But don't feel guilty. Don't let people feel guilty. And don't feel overwhelmed. Take things in little bite-sized chunks and do what you can with it and take advantage of the technology that's out there today to help you make heads or tails. That's it. If you are in keepsake purgatory, get out now while you can. And thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to keep getting these kind of conversations and information. And I'll see you in the next video.